Good morning from a very cloudy Tobu Zoo, the next park on this epic 2+ week adventure through Japan. I'm excited. This is really the first pure amusement park that I'm visiting on this trip, because Tokyo Disney is definitely not an amusement park. Neither is Tokyo Disneyland. And Tokyo Dome City, just kind of a middle of the downtown area, so it's not really a purely amusement park like Tobu Zoo is. It's kind of an hour north of Tokyo, I think, but they have 4 roller coasters here. I'm gonna try to ride all 4, but there are 2 of note that I'm very excited for. One is called Kawasemi. It is my first ever Intamin Mega-Lite. I think it is, if not a clone, very similar to Pereira at Jeju's Summerland in Denmark. And they also have a gigantic wooden roller coaster called Regina II that was closed for a while and it recently reopened. I am very excited for both of those. I don't know which one I'm more anticipating. Hopefully they're both good. I've heard Kawasemi maybe is a little underwhelming, but we shall see. The weather, it's not raining, which is okay, but it is a little cloudy. So let's check out some Tobu Zoo, see what it has to offer. The first true amusement park here in Japan. We have just entered Tobu Zoo, and look at that. One of just 3 wooden roller coasters in all of Japan. That's Regina II. Compared to Tokyo Disney Sea, geez, compared to any park I've been to, holy crap, this park is dead. It's been open an hour already. We are not here at opening. So I don't think lines should be an issue today, which is honestly a good thing, as long as everything's open. Hey, there's Kawasemi in the back there, giving me Sky Rush vibes, honestly. This should be an interesting day. And I like those hippos too. Look at Dan creating some content. Let's have a day, all. There is absolutely nobody here. Nobody here except for the annoying people behind me. Hey! Hello! All of them. Oh, that's true. It is Megan and I's anniversary today. It's Kawasemi. Happy anniversary, babe. Through the trees, Regina II. Apparently, it's this way. What's do? Oh, do. Oh, right. What I do. Regina, what I do. Kind of a cool viewpoint here. You got Kawasemi on our right. Turn to your left. There's Regina II. The 2 big coasters in the park, side by side. Look at this entranceway for Regina II. That's like a nice looking sign. They gave it like a steampunk rethemed, because of course. But look at this sign. That is really, really well done. Good on you, Tobu. I'm very excited. So there it is, guys. Regina II, one of 3 wooden roller coasters in all of Japan. This is obviously the only one at Tobu Zoo. It's a huge structure, 121 feet tall, almost 4,400 feet of track, speeds of 56 miles per hour. It originally opened in 2000 by Intamin, a rare Intamin wooden roller coaster, but it was closed from 2019 to 2023, so this just reopened as Regina II. It has some Millennium Flyer trains on it now. Let's see how it is. It's a huge roller coaster. That doesn't always mean it's going to be a great roller coaster, so let's hop on, see how Regina II rides. Check out the Millennium Flyer trains. Love to see it. Brand new 2023. Pretty impressive lift hill. Also, I will say one of the drawbacks of a park being dead is that off-ride footage is very, very hard, because the only people riding on a day where it's dead is me and the people we're with. So there hasn't been too many cycles of trains going of people other than ourselves. So apologies for the lack of off-ride. Hey, it's the nature of the business, and you know what? It just means that we can ride more without having to wait in line. So there's pros and cons to everything. All right, that is a couple of rides on Regina II. It feels like I'm the only person here. What the heck? Rode in row 2 and we rode in the very back. I will say the back is better. I came off the front row just feeling even more than slightly underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed. The back's definitely better. It has two really good moments of airtime. Here's the thing. When I see 4,400 feet of track, man, there was just a lot of dead pieces of track. A lot of dead areas that just didn't do much on Regina II. Overall, even with a better back row ride, I was still slightly underwhelmed overall. I did expect this to be a lot better, and it just wasn't. It is what it is. Sometimes that just happens. So for a score for Regina II, not too high, guys. 6.30. It's still very, very good. Smoothness, it's pretty smooth. It's not the roughest coaster in the world, and it's not the smoothest coaster in the world. There's some valleys there where you shake a little bit, but it's rideable. It's definitely re-rideable. We'll hop on a few more times for sure. But yeah, a little let down by Regina II. But it's still a very fun roller coaster. I would still come to Tobu Zoo and ride it. This isn't like, oh, don't waste your time with it. No, it's worth a few rides for sure. Just don't expect anything like, oh, this is, a fantastic wooden coaster, because it's just not. Hey, we got Megan here. Hi. On our anniversary. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought on our anniversary?
So what do you think of Regina II? I already gave my thoughts. Actually, you didn't even hear my thoughts, so.
No, so this is completely blind.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of like very mid-tier. Like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was fun. I enjoyed the back more than the front, which I think for most people is the general consensus.
I agree, yeah.
I don't know if I could give it for like a score. It's like a straight 5 or something for me.
Oh, even lower than me. Okay. I went at 6.3, like 6.30.
That's fair.
I mean, because it is like a grand, big-ass roller coaster, but it just doesn't do much for me.
I think if we had more views of, like, the park, or if there was a little bit more air, if there was just a little bit more, maybe it would kick it up to the 6 for me, but it was just kind of felt flat because it's very much on the edge of Tobu Zoo, so there's nothing like around it on one
That's
side.
True, yeah. No views on this thing, not really.
No.
So it is what it is. Hopefully.
Also, it's sunny and raining right now, so I'm squinting because it's tough out here.
Well, we do have one more wooden roller coaster to ride on this trip at the very, very end, so we'll see how that one compares when we go to Kijima Kojin. I forgot.
Kojin?
We'll get it right by then.
Maybe.
It's a dead park, not a lot going on, but they got some pretty good theming here. A few little surprises. Apparently there's a haunted house right there.
2 walkthroughs here.
That's really cool. Maybe there's some surprises in store for us at Tobu. Yeah. Maybe. You never know. Next up, the second Intamin in this park. Very, very odd that Tobu Zoo has 2 Intamins, and they're 2 big ones. That is Kawasemi, which was the very first Intamin Mega-Lite that opened in 2008. Yes, it is very similar. Again, maybe even a clone of Pereira at Jersey Summerland. It stands at a height of 102 feet tall, 53 miles per hour. It may look like there might be some inversions in there. No inversions whatsoever. Definitely like that Sky Rush feel. I've heard it's underwhelming versus Pereira. That is why we got to ride and see if those rumors are true. I'm curious to see if it's better than Regina. Regina was a bit of a letdown, so hopefully this one is a little better. So like I said, people were saying Kawasemi, kind of underwhelming. And Regina, for me, after riding, was also underwhelming. So my expectations for this one, I'm like, it's going to be 2 underwhelming roller coasters. No, not the case at all. That actually exceeded those expectations. Kawasemi was a very, very good roller coaster. Rode it 3 times, middle, very front, second to back. It was good. In all of them, it really was. The drop in the back's obviously better. By the way, better view on Kawasemi than on Regina. You can see some mountains in the back. There's some positives at the bottom of that drop. Really, really good. Solid airtime. it reminded me of like Madugani at Lost Island, obviously without the inversions, but like a longer version of that one, which, you know, Intamin usually always hits. Regina didn't, but the steel version is usually always really, really good. That was a win for me. I like Kawasemi. I'm actually, I think, bumping it. Hold on, I saw you hiding in the back there.
Hi.
What were your thoughts about Kawasemi?
I like it a lot. I
Yeah.
like it more than Regina, for sure. I don't know. It was just, it hauled a bit more. I mean, we had mainly full trains the times that we rode.
Yes,
so that might be
unlike
part of
Regina.
it. But I definitely think it's just a kind of a better overall ride. At least from my limited experience.
Yeah, I think that's good enough, especially like really, like I said, the positives. You were graying out a little bit, you said.
Yeah, no, my last ride we were second to back,
Yeah.
and I grayed out a little.
I mean, I don't gray out that much, but I'm bumping it into the 8s. 8.06 for me.
Oh,
I think it's valid.
8.06.
Nice,
794.
Okay, nice, pretty setting over some water. Good airtime.
It's very green water.
It is. Good forces. I like it. I like Kawasemi. Thank God, because I honestly thought Regina would be the better coaster coming in. No, it was Kawasemi. So we've been here just over an hour. Maybe it's a little more crowded, you would think. Nope, not at all. There's some people. Oh, that's just Taylor. Oh, here's some people. Oh, that's just Dan and Megan. And oh, what do you know? 3 more people. Tyler, Matt, and Sarah. That's the population of this area right now. There is so much empty space here. You could build a whole freaking baseball stadium here if you wanted to.
Hey, Tyler, can you take a quick?
Pretty impressive Ferris wheel, though. I gotta give it that. Very, very odd park. Well, it is a zoo. Apparently the animals are just made of flowers here. Nah, they got real ones. I don't know if we're gonna have time to see the real animals, but this is a pretty little display.
Did you get the baby hippo?
I did get the baby hippo.
Baby hippo.
Oh,
That's my favorite.
very important. So apparently this Ferris wheel is themed to cheese.
Look in the hole.
Apparently we're gonna look in the hole. Whoa, it's mice. Well, if we don't see the animals, we got elephants right there. We got some flamingos. Way in the back there. Hard to tell. We got some giraffes. We'll see if we have time. We're going to do Tokyo Sky Tree later. That's the plan anyway. But there's the zoo. There's actually a lot more to this park than I thought there was. Pretty big park land-wise. And actually, Regina is looking really good from above. If only the coasters match the scale of the ride. I don't know what this thing is. Apparently it bounces. We got Matt and Sarah and Dan just bouncing along on this school bus. And what the actual heck? That's amazing. We just did this awesome go-kart experience around this lake, kind of right near Regina. And if you notice, this was completely trackless. It was just a pure go-karting experience. Free with admission. That's really cool. That was a really cool time. Plus, I got to drive on the right side. That was kind of weird.
That was kind of weird.
It's time for a brand new Coaster 365 debut. We got Dan here.
Hello.
He's joining us on our 2-week-long Japan trip.
Sure am.
And we're here at Tobu Zoo.
My wallet is empty, but the vibes are
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the bank statements after this trip, that's for sure. So we've both been on both Regina and Kawasemi.
And Coaster Ladybug.
And we just rode Coaster Ladybug. Got to get that credit. What's your favorite between the two?
Kawasemi for sure.
Yeah, definitely agree.
I said this to a few other people, but the first part of the ride feels like I-305. I grade out every time on that first
It's
turn.
intense.
Regina, I also love. It's smooth. It feels like a wooden coaster, though, and the different seats all provide like a different ride experience. Some have great pops of airtime, some have sustained. But I swear, that clone Zier Tivoli figure 8 model, that first drop in the back row, even I had a train to myself. There is ejector airtime.
Sure. I mean,
promise.
I just rode in the second and back. Maybe it's really you got to ride the back.
I don't know.
I didn't make that point about Kawasemi, though. That is a very good comparison about
Yeah.
I-305. That first turn, holy crap.
And I mean, it's a short. I would have loved to ride that thing with like long trains, but even
Yeah.
with the 4-car trains, you get whipped over those airtime hills. Like, there's some really cool shaping. There's one hill in the middle of the ride that's just like, whoop.
I'm even extra excited for Pereira now.
Yeah.
Whenever we get on that thing.
Exactly. I love this place. It's a little. The aesthetics of the park are not phenomenal, but they have a good attraction lineup, and
Yeah.
like they have some good flats. So I'm excited to be here.
Hell yeah, Dan. Well said. So we did one more ride on Kawasemi. Definitely the best of the 4. I'm keeping the score of 8.06. Part of me wants to bump it up a little more, but man, that turn coming off the drop. People were saying mini I-305 like.
Oh.
Yeah, I get it.
I see it. Yeah.
I get it. I don't gray out. I know you did. A lot of people do. But yeah, that's
Are you throwing shade at me?
maybe,
Rude
or
as hell.
man, you're the one graying out. That's the shade right there.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's the airtime's great. A lot of people are underselling Kawasemi, saying it's the worst of the Mega-Lites.
Yeah.
I'm sure Piranha's better, but that's still
that was
really
pretty good.
still really dang good. So a very quick day here at Tobu Zoo, but
Sure.
we got all 4 roller coaster credits.
Uh-huh.
If you're an enthusiast, that's sometimes all that matters.
I mean, 2 of them were kitties, but
They're still
counting.
fun. Yeah, one of them was called D&D. It was not
I was
themed.
very happy.
Yeah.
It wasn't themed to Dungeons and Dragons. There were 2 little critters, so it was like close enough, but yeah.
Obviously, the star of the show here is Kawasemi, which I thought it would be Regina.
Yeah,
But
we all did.
it's Kawasemi. Fantastic roller coaster. Other than that, not much here. There's just a lot of open space.
Yeah.
Good little kiddie area. We actually, the go-karts was a lot of fun.
The kiddie area was so cute. I will say, for hitting up the roller coasters, I think we timed it right to do a half day. I think if you wanted to see more of the animals and stuff, then maybe a full day here is worthwhile.
Yeah.
That is the one thing we didn't do. We did do the Ferris wheel, and we saw some of them from up there, but we didn't go to the enclosures.
And we were taking our time. Like, there was no,
Yeah.
we were, filming. Some of the guys did a haunted house. And we were here, 3 hours?
Something like that.
So even if you want to see the zoo, maybe if it's a 5-hour park. So.
Maybe.
But a fun little time here at Tobu Zoo. Very odd park, but a couple of good roller coasters. Good overall time.
Yeah.
Little bonus add-on to the Tobu Zoo vlog. I'm at the top of Tokyo Skytree, the 3rd tallest structure in the world, over 2,000 feet tall. Only the Burj Khalifa and one other Malaysian tower, I think, are taller than this one. Holy crap. Very hard to tell. If you see that tower in the middle and a little thing that looks like a volcano, that is Tokyo Disney Sea, right along the water. That's as close as I can get. The views continue. And if you zoom in again, there's the Tokyo Dome. And if you squint your eyes really, really tight, you can see Thunder Dolphin somewhere in there. And they get a great view of where I am from Thunder Dolphin. Makes sense that you can see it from here. Hey, what do you know? Park number 3. This is Hanayashiki, the park that we did not get to do. You see the drop tower there right in the middle. You can even see the Togo a little bit. We did get to check out that temple, Sensoji, which is really, really cool. That is the inspiration for the Epcot Pavilion right there. This city is so freaking massive. I am just absolutely in awe. And this is just, one quadrant of this tower. I love me a good glass floor. Looking over 1,000 feet down. That's scary. The next park, we're going to be bumping up the thrills way, 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 way up. Maybe more than any other park in the world.
Probably.
Because some of the most insane roller coasters ever imagined are located at Fuji Q Highland. That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Catch you guys then. Like, comment,
Bye.
subscribe all. See you then. Ayujanaika.